Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is Calmlands. This is a new mod map out by erShaba. 80.7 megabytes to download, not too much at all. The map looks like this. A little bit reminiscent of No Man's Land, really. And the similarities don't end there. This is a build-it-yourself map. This is one of those ones where you've got the basic infrastructure, but you can do what you want, which is brilliant. And what I also really like about having a look over this map before I started this map tour, the terrain, it's got really lovely sweeping terrain. It's very nicely done. As with No Man's Land, we've had a few maps, like Flat Map, which was just flat, and you had to do everything else. There's loads of forestry on here. There's plenty to do. What do we start with on New Farmer? I always do a map tours on New Farmer. We start with Plot 4, which has got a little farmhouse on it. And we've got a couple of sheds, and we've got our equipment and machinery tucked away up there. As you can see, cluster of sell points and buy points here, which we'll have a look at too. And the rest of the map is open for you to do whatever you want with. As far as field prices go, they do vary. That one's 173,400. 117,000, 155,000. Obviously, the smaller chunks on the sides are cheaper, 65 grand, 52 grand, 67. So they do vary, but nothing break the bank size. But then you can do what you want. You can play out your fields and off you go to your heart's content, which is wonderful. Now, because of that, there are no contracts available on this map because obviously there are no fields set in place for contracts to happen on. I know people have asked in the past, if you create your own fields, do you get contracts? That's not how it works. The contract system would be put in by the map maker with the equipment needed and the pricing and all that kind of thing. So if you make your own fields, contracts don't suddenly appear. That's not how it works. But we'll come out of there. The farmhouse is sellable. If we go into our build mode and we go along to demolish, we can sell our farmhouse if we want. These two sheds are also sellable if you want. So you can clear the map completely. Probably not a bad time to talk about slot count while we're up here. We'll look at the machinery we start with. That one there. So we scroll down. We have got two medium tractors. We've got the McCormick X8 627 VT drive, the Landini 7200 Robo 6. We have got the Topliner 4090H harvester. We've got the Brantner Z180512 XXL Powerflex trailer. We've got a header for the harvester. We've got a plough, Kverneland EcoMat. We've got a small seeder, the Venta 4030. We've got a rear mower, like the old disc bines. We've got some front loaded gear. We've got a low loader, that one. We've got a low loader, header trailer, and weights. What is the grand total for our slots on that? Well, on New Farmer, Farm Manager, and Start from Scratch, you start with the same equipment, machinery, and buildings. The slot count is 744, which is brilliant. Very low indeed. If you sell all of the equipment, machinery, and these three buildings, the slot count came down to 658. There is also, we've got some free stuff down the side, which is always nice to have it. Everyone likes a bit of free stuff. And the sleep trigger is there in the farmhouse. It's the same one as on Oberon, and your wardrobe is around the corner there for doing your wardrobe work. Now, as far as mods go, I was looking at my list the other day and I was doing a map tour and I was thinking there's something missing off my list. I couldn't work out what it was, and it's crops. I always used to make a list on the side: crops, mods, contracts, biogas, reset, all those things I wanted to check the boxes for when I did the map tour. And it was always custom crops, but obviously we're so early into the game, nothing like that has been brought out yet. So there's nothing like that. But as far as mods go that the map maker has put in, there are actually quite a few. We'll start if we go into our machinery and go up. Under medium tractors, I've had a look through all of the menus. Under medium tractors, we've got the McCormick and the Landini, the two that I think we start with, have been modded with extra colour options and things like that on there. It says at the bottom there, Calmlands mod. These aren't available separately. These are on the map. What else was there? Under tools, we had, there might be some more under vehicles. I couldn't find anything else under vehicles, but we do have under fertilizer spreaders on the end there. We've got the Amazon ZGTS 10001 combo and the ZATS 3200 combo. Those normally just take fertilizer. They've been converted to do lime and fertilizer, or lime or fertilizer. We've also got under animals, there's the milk tanker on the end. Now that does say it does milk and methane. That's an incredible mix of things, but that's been converted to 10,000 litres. So that will do milk and methane. And then under miscellaneous, I think it was, there is an actual methane tanker. So if you've got a biogas running and you collect the methane, there is a sell point on the map, so you can actually take it off and you can sell your methane yourself. As far as I could tell, that was the only ones under vehicles and machinery that have been put in. But under build mode, if we go to, I think under sheds, there might be those sheds that I said I was about selling. Those two lizard ones, I think I haven't got any mods installed, so I think those are. I don't think the one, there's no silo. You don't start with a farm silo, so you would have to do that as well. If we go to our production though and go to factories, we have got, this is cool, we've got a grass dryer we're going to have a look at in a little while. If you put grass into that, 25 grand as well, amazing. That's got a 2 million litre capacity for 25 grand. I wish that was bought out as a separate mod. Please, erShaba, if you're watching, please. Put grass into it, set it off as a production, and it turns it into hay. It dries the grass. Brilliant. There's the Calmlands Edit biogas plant. So the map itself doesn't have a biogas plant on it already, but there is one here modded that you can put in, a little bit cheaper. It doesn't say what wattage it is, but there's that one. And then we've got the Aseradero, which is the sawmill. That's only 40 grand, nice and cheap sawmill. And then we've got the Confiteria, the confectionery, and that's for making donuts. We've got a little donut factory that requires flour, eggs and sugar, and you get donuts out the other end. So they've been added in, which is really cool. Also, under animals, if we go to our cows, on the end there, we've got the Calmlands Edit. Now, these are the ones that we've got standard. The prices are the same, however, the capacities are very different. On these two are standard, we've got 80 and 80. That's been upped to 250. So you're getting more bang for your buck. I think pigs has got one as well. The pig one, it will take 400, and the sheep will do 300. Chickens, I don't think there was one. There wasn't one for horses, bees, or other. So a few things been thrown in here by erShaba. I do apologise if I've always said erShaba. If it's erShaba, I do apologise. I've just always said like that. I haven't found any collectibles anywhere around the map. So far, haven't found any. That's not to say there aren't any. I just haven't come across any. What should we grab? Let's grab the Landini. Is it just me, or no, it probably is just me? You know the Jawas on Star Wars. You know they that kind of Houdini, that kind of. You know, whenever I see Landini or get a Landini, that always pops into my head. The Jawas. Don't know why. There you go. Just throw that in there. So when I said about the landscape, we have got a field here, which is our field you start with. Any plough, or if you've got the modded cultivator packs that allow you to create fields, you can create your own fields anywhere on this map. But it's got a lovely sweep, tons of forestry. So if you place the sawmill, there is a sawmill here on the map already, but you can place another one elsewhere if you want to. So you can do your carpentry, furniture making, all that kind of thing. The traffic, I will also say, is absolutely bonkers. I'm going to open the map at the bottom there. We'll go up around the top and you'll see a little bit. Once we've done all the sell points, really it's just the map. We can drive down and have a look at a little bit, but there's, you know, have a drive around and have a feel. Farm Dog loves this map. Farm Dog adores it. But there's a real variety of forestry if you're into that. If you're not, doesn't matter. You don't have to do any forestry. You don't want to do any forestry. On some plots, if you've got a plot of land and you want to plough it out and there's trees in the way, you might have to do some to remove it, but you can always pick a plot that doesn't have any. Colour palette's nice. lighting seems very good. There's no, you know, on some maps you get these really dark areas, but all seems very good. As we sweep up, now the northern part of the map seems to be the higher point, and the whole map kind of sweeps away from here with some nice undulations. Yeah, it's good. I do like the ones that give you that kind of flexibility to build your own, you know, do something different. And I love the fact that thinking about what anyone will do, most people are going to do something different. So, let's crack on then. We're right here at the cluster of sell points. Starting off, we've got an electricity charge point for your electric vehicles. We've got our machinery workshop with the buy point trigger just there. Workshop trigger around the side. That's not to say you can't place any other workshop triggers anywhere else, but the workshop trigger is just here. The reset point for the map is here as well, so anything that gets, well, anything you want to reset. I always say anything that gets stuck, or because sometimes people will ask, well, why would you want to reset something? It used to be, back in the day, when the reset points were at a farm, when you bought stuff at a store, if you bought a lot of stuff and you didn't want to transport it all to your farm, you could just reset it all to the farm. Made life a little bit easier. But if you roll something over or get it stuck, or it goes down a ditch and it's really properly wedged and you can't get it out, you can reset it back to the store. Sometimes if you want to empty something, yeah, you can reset it. There's various reasons why you might want to. But this is the reset point just here. If we go across here, we've got textile imports. This is your sell point for your cotton and your wool. Across the way, we have got our fuel points. This has also got a biomethane buy point just here. As we move back, we have got, what's this one? This is AgroTerra. AgroTerra is a buy point. Here you can buy seed, lime and fertilizer. I had a trailer. I suppose it's possible, probably wouldn't hurt to check, whether we can buy liquid fertilizer and herbicides maybe, because it will do seed, it will definitely do seed, lime and solid fertilizer, but I guess it wouldn't hurt just to double check, would it? Because it might be you can buy all of them there. Didn't think to check that, should have done, but it's not going to take too long, so we'll have a look. I'm not sure how I feel about having all the sell points all clustered in one point. Has its pros and its cons. I do like the fact that then if you want to sell anything, it's all here. It's that one-stop shop kind of thing. I guess it's been done so the rest of the map is completely open to do whatever you want. And there are plenty of, in the production chains, all the different things, there are plenty of sell points and things you can place. There's modded ones you can put elsewhere and that kind of thing. And your production chains you can put all across the map. And I guess it's been done for that reason, to keep everything that's placed by the map maker out of the way, so you can kind of do your own thing. I would imagine. Let's double check this. I'll open it just in case. I'm not getting anything coming up. I will double check on there. No, got nothing up, same refill. Okay, let's drop that off there. So it might just be seed, solid fertilizer and lime there. Right, hop out. Round to our side here, we have got our sell point for grapes and olives. So this one is, that one was AgroTerra, this is AgroLand. This one here is your dairy station, so for selling your milk, it's just there. Actually, I don't know, is that eggs as well? I know it's definitely milk. Let's have a look. We'll go down to eggs just to double check. Oh no, eggs are at the cooperative, that's fine. This is a buy point. This is AgroPet. AgroPet, you can buy wheat, oats, TMR, the mineral feed and pig food. So feed related products you can buy from there. We go across from there, we have got tubers. This is your sell point for your root crops. So whether it be potatoes, sugar beet cut, and sugar cane, of course, will be sold there. If we move a bit further along, this is the animal feeding. So this is like a forage sell point where you can sell your grass, hay, straw, silage, that kind of thing. Over the back here, we've got sawmill. So you've got wood chip sell point. and we've got our lumber sell point just here. So sawmill tucked away there. If we come around the back, it's all here. Everything's here. We've got the animal dealer sell point, so anything that comes up to be sold at the animal dealer sell point is here, and the livestock market trigger is around the back here for buying, selling of your livestock. That's just there. It won't let me click on it because we haven't got any pens yet, we haven't got any animals. And if we continue on, we have got the methane station, which is, like I said, with those methane tanks, you can actually bring your methane from the biogas plant and sell it here. And then we've got the cooperative just up here. Now, there is another one here. What's odd, I don't know if it's these two might be the cooperative. You know, sometimes you have a sell point that will take all of your stuff that tips out of a trailer, and the sell point that takes all your pallet type things, so your production change things. So I think both of those are probably cooperative. Because if we go to our map, and I'll show you, that one at the moment is saying cooperative, and where I'm standing there's another one next to it, so I'm assuming they're both cooperative, but here they are, all are clustered into one area. Now's probably not a bad time. Actually, as we drive back out, and we're going to head down the map, just have a drive across the map, and just have a look a little bit at the train. For all intents and purposes, you know, that's what you get. That's the farm you start with, and that kind of thing. Obviously, on farm management, start from scratch, you do start with all the machinery, equipment, and that kind of stuff, but you don't own the land. That plot of land, actually, on the map, that plot of land will set you back 153 grand. So if you come onto here on new farm manager or start from scratch, the buildings and machinery is all there, but you have to buy it for the sleep trigger to appear on there, and it will do. Once you've done that, you can sell it all if you want to. It's entirely up to you. If you want to do a true kind of start from scratch style let's play, you absolutely can. What I'm going to do is come out to here, because off camera I did a bit of prep work because I wanted to kind of have a look at the donut factory and the grass dryer to see how those worked. So we're just going to drop across to past MrSealyp. I thought that now would be an appropriate moment to jump on and have a look at the two things that are new. The biogas plant obviously is modded but not new, and the sawmill as well is a sawmill. But these two, La Confiteria and the grass dryer, are something a little bit different. So I have placed the donut shop and I have placed the grass dryer. I have already put some things into both. If we go into our menu here, you'll have a look. Donuts at the confectionery requires flour, sugar and eggs, of which I have got each. Outgoing products, donuts. 16 litres at the moment. I've got them storing, so we should get pallets. So what I'm going to do is skip ahead to see what they look like when we get them. And then obviously the other one is the grass dryer. This will hold 2 million litres of grass. I filled it up because I was curious to see what the capacity would be. It's a 1-to-1, so it will turn your grass into hay. So if you can't be bothered with all that tedding nonsense, you can just cut your grass, sling it in, and happy days. So we'll do the same thing with that. I'm going to skip through, I think I've got it on 1 day months actually. We'll skip through till tomorrow and we'll see how much of each we've got. I like having things new. Things new are cool. So 24 hours later, technically a month has passed. As far as grass goes, of our 2 million litres that we had in storage, we've got 119,700, just flipped over, of hay. I'm assuming storage will be the same, so it will be 2 million litres of storage because it will swap it just completely over, which is pretty impressive. I like the grass dryer. That's pretty cool. As far as donuts go, I'm not going to lie. I know the picture there shows them, they look more like bagels, I'm going to be honest. I've got 2 pallets worth. They do look a bit more bagely than donutty. I don't know, it's difficult to tell, isn't it? But we have got 2 pallets, 1,000 litres each, of donuts. Something different. Something nice to have. Just thought I'd check it out while I was here. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. So there you have it. Pretty cool. I know on the thumbnail and the donuts. I was thinking like donuts. Don't I mean they do look a bit bagely, but at the end of the day, regardless of that, it's donuts. It's something different. It's cool. I know we had the bakery under the you remember the old factory productions packs that we had on FS19. There was one that came out that did bagels and things like that as well, wasn't it? But anyway, we're going to head south. There's a lot more to the map. If we have a look here, we'll see. Now I'm driving down this track here. It goes all the way out here. I did buy both of these plots here because I've got these kind of hard standing areas, because I did wonder whether or not there might be some livestock pens or something on there, but there aren't. You just buy them and they appear. We've got the river that runs across here with a few bridges, nice big lake in the middle. And like I say, as we get down to here, there's plenty of forestry. I just thought we'd have a drive down across the map through here, down to one of the bridges down the bottom. But as you can see, it's got a lovely sweep. It's nice, I like it, and it's one that the prospects of moving forward into doing anything, that's cool. But also, I'm going to say this, also a little bit scary. It is a little bit daunting, because if you go down the attitude of it doesn't matter what happens, it doesn't matter what I do. I might make a mistake, I might do something wrong, I might, it might just all be an absolute mess by the time I'm done. Fine, that's absolutely great. For some people, that freedom can be more daunting. So I know there's that kind of. It's always very easy to comment. I'm not just talking about comment on the video, but just comment on life in general. If someone makes a statement or says they like something, don't like something, feel a certain way, to say, oh well, you have to remember everyone's different. And the thing about it is, yes, I love the idea. And this. Like I said, that sweep down as we come down towards the south, it's really nicely done. And that kind of pioneering, build something from nothing is brilliant. It's a great idea. But for some people, that is quite a daunting prospect, because people will turn themselves inside out, not knowing where to start, what way to go with it, how should I do it, why, at the end of the day, do it any way you want. But, people do sometimes get like that. It can make people feel very anxious and worried, is there a way I should be doing it? Or, if you're new to the game, do it however you want. Play the game however you want. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to anyone else. If you're having fun, that's the main thing. And this is one of those maps you can just go wild. Especially with the increased slot count on FS22. Especially with all the production chains, with all the things that we've got. Oh man, you could go mad on a map like this, couldn't you? Absolutely bonkers. But really, really nicely made, with some really cool features. Now, it might be something in amongst the build mode and potentially in the vehicles, because it does say about the additional modded vehicles. I might have missed something. If I have, I apologise. I did scour through to try and make sure I found everything I could. But that, for all intents and purposes, that's better. That's the map. That's Calmlands by erShaba. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.